published 12:53 Eastern Standard Time, the 4th of March 2018, updated 15:46 Eastern Standard Time, the 4th of March 2018. Well, it had to happen eventually. Manchester City involved in a game that was not entirely scintillating, and did not have observers leafing through the dictionary for fresh litanies of superlatives. They still won, though, and are now 18 points clear, so not much else has changed. The title could yet be wrapped up in the first April weekend, an astonishing achievement this. Being a league that 6 clubs, at least, start the season thinking they can win. One of them, of course, is Chelsea, but they did not play like that on Sunday. They did not play like reigning champions either. They played like a team that thought it was second best, with no greater ambition than to contain and swindle a draw. It was terribly dispiriting too. Chelsea are better than this, or at least they should be. Bernardo Silva scored as Manchester City moved closer to the Premier League title with a 1-0 win over Chelsea on Sunday. Silva beat Chelsea defender Marcos Alonso to the ball at the back post to give his side the lead just seconds after the restart. The Portuguese playmaker threw himself at David Silva's cross as he moved past Alonso and marked before firing in. Silva ran to the corner to celebrate with his teammates as fans continued to return to the seats after the break. After the time whistle had gone, Guardiola came onto the pitch and praised Silva for his match-winning contribution. So the anticlimactic nature of this match wasn't really Manchester City's fault. Chelsea came with so little positive spark that this deteriorated into nothing more than a training exercise for long periods, and was played at a similar place. One Arsenal fan brought a duvet to keep out the cold when City travelled south last Thursday, and their goalkeeper Ederson could have done the same. Indeed, had he then strung up a hammock between the posts and bedded down for the evening, it really wouldn't have mattered. Victor Moses and Marcos Alonso, the backs, were responsible for Chelsea's 2 shots and neither was on target. Eden Hazard was, for 78 minutes, the lone front man, a false 9, yet the service to him was so poor he was forced to come deeper and deeper, becoming a false 10, and on occasions a false 8, too. Last week it was said he was tired, so why burn him out on this doomed mission? Might Olivier Giroud not have been a better target man? Might Hazard have been spared this excruciating ordeal? Say what you like about Jose Mourinho, he never sent a Chelsea team out to play like this. He may have been pragmatic on occasions, but he was never so remorselessly shorn of intent, and if this was how Antonio Conte wished to play, why waste such gifted players? Why bother with Hazard, or Willian, or Pedro or Cesc Fabregas? What did they have to gain from this? Yes, the illness that deprived him of N'Golo Kante may have interfered with his game plan, but it wasn't as if it denied Chelsea a great attacking force, making defense the only option. All Kante would have done is a better, more solid version of this. The belt to the braces, Sergio Aguero slipped at David Silva in down the left, and it was the Spaniard's cross that allowed his teammate to score. Silva scored in back-to-back league appearances for the first time since May 2017, when he was at French side Monaco. It was another impressive win for Guardiola and City. They are now 4 wins away from Premier League glory. Victor Moses had a chance to hit back for Chelsea almost instantly, but the wing-back's shot flew wide of the target. It took Antonio Conte until the 78th minute to bring a striker on, with January signing Olivier Giroud replacing Willian. It wasn't as if there was a freewheel and Chelsea waited to break out from this straitjacket. Manchester City went a goal up 35 seconds after half-time, and it took Conte until the 78th minute to bring a striker on, in Giroud. That says everything. It was insulting, really, to consider he might think so little of the potential of his own players that he considers this the only way to approach City. Conte may think Pep Guardiola fortunate to have the backing of his board and such a generous transfer budget, but that is not excuse. Chelsea are not Stoke or some lower-tier inferior. They were champions last season when City had 7 of Sunday's starters on the staff, albeit Ilkay Gundogan injured and Alexander Zinchenko out on loan. Far worse teams than Chelsea, who had the better of Barcelona at Stamford Bridge recently, and were unlucky to draw. Do not forget, have been more adventurous than the champions were here. Bristol City thought bigger in the 2 EFL Cup semi-finals. Newcastle might get away with a negative approach as they scrap for survival. The players might recognise their own limitations against the best, understand why Rafa Benitez does not wish to go toe-to-toe at Liverpool, but Chelsea are not like that. Hazard or Fabregas will not see themselves as inferiors, will not understand being asked to play this way. Withdrawn late in the game, Hazard looked every bit as alienated as he did at Leicester in Mourinho's last season, and one wonders whether this match could mark a change in his relationship with this manager, too. Sergio Aguero shoots but cannot find a way past Thibaut Courtois in the Chelsea goal during the first half. Leroy Sane almost gave City the lead, but his fierce shot was blocked on the goal line by Cesar Azpilicueta. Silva nearly went from creator to goal scorer, but City's one-goal advantage was never truly challenged by Chelsea. City's Ukrainian midfielder Oleksandr Zinchenko was booked in the first half for a nasty-looking challenge on Victor Moses. Alone up front against Barcelona is one thing, alone at Manchester City, and left to chase high balls from bored, disaffected teammates quite another. Chelsea looked as if they were going through the motions for long spells, shadowing City as they controlled the ball. Opta began measuring passing statistics in season 2003-04. Since then, City's total on Sunday, 902, is the most recorded in one match. Yet few looked like piercing the darker blue barrier. Still, the best team won. It could be said the only team won, the only team interested in winning, anyway. It was a scrappy goal, too. Andreas Christensen lost the ball and Sergio Aguero played David Silva in on the left. His cross was not cut out in the middle, but was met by Bernardo Silva at the far post. He did not strike it cleanly, but goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois had lost his footing changing direction in the Manchester rain, and the ball skipped over his head as he struggled to recover. There really wasn't much else of note to report. David Silva almost made it 2 after 56 minutes with a shot that Courtois saved at his near post, and there were a couple of first-half chances, including one from Leroy Sane that Cesar Azpilicueta cleared off the line, but such was the paucity of Chelsea's objective, and let's hope this was not as dry run for the game plan at Barcelona later this month that a second was not needed. Courtois as a shot whistle over his crossbar as Chelsea remained on the back foot for large parts of the first half. Eden Hazard cut an isolated figure for Chelsea as his side failed to get a grip on possession for large parts of the contest. Antonio Conte barks instructions at his players as he tries to orchestrate a way for Chelsea to get back into the match. True, Chelsea now have the best aggregate against City of any Premier League team that has played them over 2 games this season, just a 2-goal deficit, but they have taken 0 points from those matches. So is that really such a boast? Had Alonso's late shot gone in, of course, arch-pragmatists will have argued the end justified the means. Yet that case can only be made with the result as mitigation. Chelsea did not get it. They are beginning to lose touch with the top 4, and sit 5 points off Tottenham, who they must beat at Stamford Bridge to stand a chance of reversing those positions. This was hardly the preparation for such an occasion. Now is the time for bravery, for boldness, to take the risks that have seen City go 18 points clear. Chelsea were timid in the extreme. They did not get what they came for, but they got what they were worth. City midfielder Ilkay Gundogan also went into Michael Orsbook after a fierce tackle on Hazard. Silva received a standing ovation when he came off in stoppage time, and was embraced by Guardiola on the touchline. Guardiola celebrates in the rain at the end of the match after his City side collected another valuable 3 points.